Hello, good evening from Tulum, Mexico. I'm sorry I can't give you a more interesting backdrop. There are many here. However, I happen to be at home and I'm about to home. I love that I just said that. I'm about to be at the Airbnb that I'm staying at. Excuse me, I'm at the Airbnb that I'm staying at. I'm about to go pick up my kids at my ex-husband's place. That's why we're here, and I haven't had a moment to do a live video in a while. Because I've been solo traveling with two kids and a little bit of help from my ex-husband. So it's been really cool. It's been a mix of emotions. I kind of forgot what it's like to be, actually, I didn't even forget. I've never traveled solo with my two kids internationally. So this was sort of a big deal for me. It was a little scary at first. I had to overcome a lot of fear when I got here. I had to also overcome some fears around sleep and things like that to sort of convince myself that I was safe. But I've gotten over that. I'm actually sleeping really well. So anyway, I just thought I would say hi and tell you a little bit about what's going on down here and, send an update for our little group, little sensitive superhero group. So one of the things that I've been exploring, I'm just realizing too, like you probably can't see anything real cool in my backdrop, but perhaps you can hear the various people playing their stereos super loud with their Spanish speaking or Spanish language music. It's been going on all day. I think there's construction going on next door. But let's see, I don't know what I was just about to say, but what's been, the thing that I've been exploring recently, which is really cool, and I'll tag Candace in this, is that my friend Candace has been doing these Akashic clearing sessions where she takes you through a hypnosis, takes you down into the root of the earth, into your Akashic records, and has you go through basically a past life regression. So you open this book to your Akashic records, and you go into that sort of like Alice falling through the rabbit hole. And I was pretty surprised at how susceptible I was to this sort of thing, because I was very skeptical that I would like kind of sabotage myself in this process. But I was able to do it the first time and the second time, and man, the revelations that I had and the physical effects of it have been really remarkable. And I'm recognizing that being here is bringing up a lot of that, and there's some past life stuff going on. So I'm going to do another session. I'll definitely share her links when she's full on live. She's kind of adjusting her offerings right now. So I will definitely share that, because I definitely recommend it. It's been really helpful for me. I've had this wrist issue, for example, or I should say I had this wrist issue for months and months and months, and I couldn't figure it out because I've practiced yoga for such a long time. So I'm used to doing like plank poses and handstands and all those things with my wrists, and my wrists have never retaliated or told me that they were angry with me before, but they started to like last year. And so I was wearing these wrist, like sort of like what you'd wear when you rollerblade to protect your wrist, but sort of like an ace bandage kind of thing, but more structured, so that I wouldn't hurt myself bending my wrist when I was just for some extra support anyway. But for the life of me, could not figure out how to get rid of this pain, or it seemed to kind of come and go, no rhyme or reason. And there was something in this past life regression that she did where I felt like I had been held down by the wrists. And when I got out of the session, like I had no pain in my wrists. It was really weird. I've never had that happen to me before. I've heard of other people like something like that happening to them, but that was not part of my belief system, that something could like kind of spontaneously heal like that pain could go away like that. So that was pretty cool. What else? I'm I'm sort of revisiting a lot of my yoga past here, because Kundalini yoga does not seem to have had the shattering experience down here as it did up in the north, in my circles anyway. I suppose there's a lot of circles where it is still thriving anyway, but I keep seeing like Kundalini yoga classes being offered, and Gurmukh coming down here and teaching workshops like as if nothing has happened. So that's interesting. And yeah, it's been really different. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's just really good for me, and maybe you can relate, to just change scenery completely and have to figure out how to do life in a whole new way. It, like, I don't know, it exercises my brain, and yeah, so that's interesting. And the kind of like habituation that happens, you know, when you get comfortable with a place, like the idea of driving here was pretty scary for me until I actually got in the car. And, you know, I first did it with like another adult in the car, and then, you know, did it by myself, and then I felt comfortable having my kids with me. And now I'm like driving all around, and I have to go drive, and it's actually dark. And so this is going to be the first time that I drive at night. Or no, actually maybe the second time. And it's feeling pretty normal, and I'm getting used to the way that people drive here, which is very, very different than how they drive in the States. In the States, people have, like, I don't know, just like much stricter etiquette about waiting for people. And here in Mexico, or down here in Tulum, I don't know if it's all like everywhere in Mexico, but down here anyway, you have to kind of like insert yourself, which I'm not used to. Like, and I suppose that happens because there's just so many freaking cars that if you waited, you would never get to make your left-hand turn or your right-hand turn. So people are just sort of aware of this, and they will just sort of pause for you to like make this totally, you know, inconvenient left-hand turn, which I find really fascinating. Or right-hand turn, or like, you know, somebody will have to come down a 2-lane street, but somebody's parked on half of the street. And so there's just this sort of flow that happens where, you know, you let the person go and the other person go, and there's no kind of acknowledgement or whatever. It's just kind of this like dance of cars that works, you know, but when you're not used to it, it can seem scary. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. I hope you are having a lovely night, and thanks for joining me, Kimberly, and somebody else just did, and I didn't see who it was, but hello to you too. And yeah, let me know what you're doing and what your travels are like, and if you've ever been to Mexico, and if you've ever been to Tulum and you have some tips, I'd love to hear it. And that's all for now. All right, bye.